Hey everyone, welcome to Reading the Green and our Golf DFS podcast. My name is Mike. Jordan here, Kyle here, live in the, whatever we call this recording studio. We have a few.
The City Studio.
The City Studio. And welcome to Weird Beer Night. The much anticipated annual Weird Beer show. We have no golf to talk about, and we'll talk about some fake golf. And lots of other good stuff. I think we probably got, 4 or 5 beers in the hopper that are sure to impress.
There's several out there. I don't know. I just took the first sip of this one, about choked. So
yeah, well, it's a lot different coming after an IPA, a double IPA.
You can't start off Weird Beer Night by drinking a double. This is before I got here. Drinking a double IPA.
It was a double pale ale.
Okay, so who brought this? Jordan, you brought this.
Yep.
Please describe. I have the bottle. You have the bottle?
Yeah. What is it? It's Anchor Steam. Right? That's who I bought?
Yeah, it's Anchor Steam.
Yep. Anchor Brewing Company.
Sorry, Steam is another beer.
Yep, it's their Our Special Ale. It's their Christmas ale. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. But we're no Hanukkah ale. What the hell, Anchor Brewing?
It smells like Christmas.
It almost has no hops to it, so it doesn't. It just tastes like spiced water. But it is 7%, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yikes!
I was reading the description
I don't mind
here.
the first sip, but something that lingers, I'm not a huge fan of, and I can't.
Nutmeg, cinnamon, allspice.
No, it's like I don't know.
I believe that listener 90 Degree Rule is a big fan of the Christmas ales, and I think this one too. I'm sure this will show up this year at a family gathering. I don't know. Christmas ales, I don't think have ever really
Taken off?
just done it for me. No, I think they've taken off. They just haven't done it for me.
Prefer my hops.
Yeah. Or I go, dark. We'll see. We might get there tonight.
Yeah, I have one in the bag too, just in case.
I almost went with peanut butter. I think was it peanut butter pale ale?
Ooh, peanut butter pale ale.
Maybe not a pale ale.
That would have qualified as weird.
One company had there were 3 different peanut butter ale things that they had. Needless to say, I shopped for this and bought this 45 minutes ago.
All right, well, why don't we start with, we'll do some general roundtable topics since, like I said, we have no golf DFS to talk about. You guys are arguing about something soccer-related. What happened? Today's Tuesday, so we had, are both the semifinals done? World Cup?
No, one's tomorrow, thankfully, because I didn't know the one was today.
What was today?
So, Croatia and Argentina.
Yep.
Okay.
So what Jordan brought up was Messi's PK, penalty kick.
Mm-hmm.
And how the effort on PKs has been so poor so far in the tournament, especially the ones to decide the game at the very end. And that actually kind of ties into the Twitter topic last week of, I think they
I was just going to bring this up. Was this Deathier or was this Porter that had that? It might have been Dylan Deathier that had
it's Dylan. Yeah.
That had the 4 choices. What if you were dropped into a moment in sports?
Yeah. So we talked about that a little bit in our text chain, and then I'll let Jordan get back to his PK rant. But I'm going to explain my thought process on what I would to do as probably not very athletic here.
So replay the text chain, the tweet though.
So you have 4 options. The whole concept is you're playing against pros, and
you just dropped into a moment with the country's
pride is on the line, right? A free throw. How long was the field goal? 25-yard field goal. A penalty kick and a 6-foot putt. I have to go putt,
Which is funny because we've all seen you putt.
Well, are you kidding me? The putt that he made at the RTG Invitational.
I mean, that was 40 feet. Right?
It does help if you you can't leave it short. There's no you can hit it 100 feet by. But it still could have hit the hole and bounced in.
Yeah, it's got a chance. Yeah. And that's my point. Penalty kick, there's too many variables of the goalie, and I've tried to go out and play with my son and just...
You can't even score on a 5-year-old, so...
No, with no goalie there, I've missed the net more often than not.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you've never played soccer, it would not be one that you would ever sign up for.
Which, too many people on the internet were all on the PK route.
Just kick it straight, just kick it right at the goalie, they're going to jump out of the way.
Yeah, a professional goalie up there, he's going to plan on that. He's like, sure, try to hit that post. I'm going to stand right here. Yeah, so no. Free throw, I think, has probably my second best chance, but the nerves would it would get to me.
I actually think that the concept of being dropped into a pro setting helps with putting because you're going to get fast greens on a reasonably good surface versus like trying to kick a field goal over a professional offensive line.
Yeah.
Impossible.
Field goal's dead last. I mean, Jordan saw me try to kick a field goal at the NFL Combine one time, and
it was pretty bad.
Yeah,
you were at the NFL Combine.
The draft.
They had a mock combine at the draft.
Yes, we got to do all the activities. It would be, but like the putt, you've never putted in front of 100 people, let alone 5,000 people, right? Like,
correct.
I putted in front of 100 people.
Yeah.
Just kidding. You did. You had.
I've done it. Yeah.
I don't know if I putted more than in front of 5 people.
But now, like, you think about like 18 at the Masters, right?
Yeah.
One putt, 6 feet, 5,000 people watching. Like even
40,000. Yeah.
Even teeing off, like.
No,
way easier. I think it's way easier to tee off.
No, that's worse. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yes for you, but like a tee off, like you can go a lot of. You've got a
people are going to cheer anyway.
You've got a large range, right?
They don't know where the ball ended up. Like they know if you missed the hole.
Yeah, I mean, if you duff it into the water, it's bad. But like if
I mean, don't get me wrong. All these are less than 5% chance of me converting, but I think my percent chance is the highest on the putt.
I would say your putt chance is higher than 5.
So bringing this back, what were Messi's chances of making a PK?
Oh, I mean,
and that's
good.
What people on the internet were throwing out is a professional PK percentage is what, like 75% if for an average Joe, and Messi, Harry Kane 85%. I don't know.
Yeah.
But so they were comparing that to free throw percentage, made putt percentages, and stuff like that.
But this is what we're talking about. Like the World Cup has been garbage penalty kicks by half the teams. What, Japan missed 3.
Okay, so the players are like, poor execution.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So what was the other team that missed their first 3? Was it
who did Morocco beat? Didn't they? Somebody in the quarters.
Someone. Portugal?
Somebody that was highly favored. Or was it Portugal or Croatia?
I don't know. Anyway, but the team missed their first 3 penalty kicks. But like all the penalty kick, one of them just hit the post and went wide. Brazil was terrible. The other 2, they tried to like pass it into the goal.
Is there guys trying to do too much?
They're trying to be too. They think they can outsmart the goalie, but like even one of the Brazil ones. The goalie was, bouncing back and forth, this and that. And, like, the guy, you could see the guy change his mind which way he was going to kick because he thought the goalie, like, dove back the other way when he saw that. Right? But, like, Messi doesn't mess around with that. No pun intended. He just you kick it hard, and you kick it in the air. It's a lot harder to kick one that's in the air than on the ground. And the harder you kick it, the more chances.
Who scored the penalty kick against the U.S.? What's that guy's name from? No, not from Wales. From Wales.
Bale.
Yeah,
Gareth Bale.
I don't watch soccer. I watched that play. The sound that the ball made when it hit his foot was like it sounded like somebody absolutely flushing like a 250-yard forehand. Like it just made such a loud thud, and I was like, wow, he hit that hard. And that like made sense to me.
Yes, and the goalie guessed right. And it hit his hand, and he didn't have enough.
Yeah.
If he would have hit that 10 miles an hour softer,
it would have been
the goalie's further over there. It doesn't hit his hand as hard. It bounces.
And I would imagine that most of these guys have legs like that. They could do that.
Oh, yeah.
They just
It's whether or not they think they can control it if they do it.
Sure.
But that's where, like, I always, like, obviously grew up playing soccer, and I took all the penalty kicks for my team.
Oh, really?
Yes, which, I mean, there aren't that many in high school soccer. But, like, the goal's pretty big. Like, looking at it on TV, it looks hard. But
well,
if you're
especially those goalies, like Netherlands, 6'8".
Yeah,
like,
but
you're
like
playing against 6'8" goalies.
No, but if you're standing there, like, there's a lot of room on both sides.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you just find where you're going to kick it and kick it there. People, like, they run up slowly, they pitter-patter, they feet, they do all this stuff. Like, kick the ball. Right? Do you do that in a golf swing? Do you change what you're doing? Like, oh, I'm going to stop halfway down and then finish so I can get extra spin on it? No. You do what you do in any normal other kick.
So what was your high school percentage?
Very high.
I don't know. Like, how many did you take? Like 5 or 6, you think?
Probably over the whole time, like maybe 10.
Okay.
10. And most, I don't remember missing many, if any.
So the player that draws the foul is not the one that has to take the kick?
Correct.
Nope. Oh, wow.
So, like, England, we were talking about this. Harry Kane took 2. First one was freaking money. Just hard top corner. There's nothing you could do. Tried to do the exact same thing. Just got a little under and skied it. But then they lost.
Well,
he failed the scenario.
Is there anything else to say on this? I just finished my Christmas ale, and I'm wondering if we need to change beers and change topics.
I mean, we can keep going soccer all day.
Yes, we probably should. Go ahead, Mike.
Oh, it's my turn to pick. I'm gonna step away to the outdoor fridge.
All right. I think we were gonna talk about the match next. So, did you watch any of it, Jordan?
No, I watched a couple highlights. I watched Tiger Woods putting his cart in reverse when Justin Thomas was hitting. That was great.
I did see that one.
I do like the night golf. It's cool though.
So that's what we'll get to beer. And that's what I thought was interesting. I don't know what I was thinking. Like, those matches usually aren't at night, and I know it's the middle of the winter or whatever, but it was like it worked.
Yeah.
I realized, like, I didn't. You can play a round of golf at night. I know in like overseas they have a lot of those.
It'd be fun to do it sometime.
It'd be so fun.
Yeah, at least.
And not like the glow ball. I've done the glow ball kind,
okay,
and like it's fun, but it's like it's a gimmick.
Yeah, correct.
Right. That's you use your normal ball, everything.
All right. Here's the story on my weird beer contribution. So I went to the liquor store, and I was actually looking for Mr. Falcon, a Fair State Barrel 3 release that I guess will be out tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
At least it came out last week, but I think my liquor store will get it tomorrow. I asked one of the beer guys there. I was like, "Well, hey, do this podcast. We have Weird Beer Night coming up. I need a couple. What do you got that you would want to put in there?" And he's like, "Man, that's a great question." He's like, my palates have just sort of been eroded by weird beer over the years. That like nothing is really that weird. It's like interesting, but not weird. So he guided me to this. This is from Young Master Brewery.
Never heard of it.
You haven't heard of it because it is based in Hong Kong.
Okay.
What's the born on date for that?
That's a good question. I don't know. It comes in a 11.2 fluid ounce can. Product of Hong Kong, SAR of China. Although it does say it was imported through Connecticut. So, Young Master Brewery, Hong Kong. This is Jade Scorpion.
Ooh.
Is there
Green
like a scorpion in the can?
Green peppercorn pilsner.
Okay. It's funny you say this 11.2. When you brought that in, I'm like, that can looks weird.
It's not a 12 ounce can. It's just a slightly smaller can. Green peppercorn pilsner. I will say the shelf label had the guy highly recommends this item. So here we go. We're gonna crack it.
So somebody highly recommended it.
Yeah.
So they were just trying to move it, and Mike was a chump that actually bought it.
Oh, you want weird? Here, perfect.
Citrusy, tingly, and crisp is just.
Wow.
I got 2 of them.
Tingly.
Here you go, Jordan.
Oh, I can't wait to be tingled.
I don't know. I mean, green peppercorn. I'm gonna guess it's a it's a pilsner. Maybe it's got a little bit of a bite to it. I'm hoping it doesn't taste like I'm,
sucking on a pepper grinder.
Yeah, I was trying to search for the right word.
Only 5%.
5.1.
I feel like this is a good change of pace.
22 in the IBUs. All right, we all gonna drink our first sip at the same time.
We need to.
Yeah, give me a second.
Then I do have on the match. While Mike's pouring this, I did see today, and I didn't. So I only saw like them warming up on the range a little bit in the first hole, and then we had to go do something. But the Tiger set up way right and
Yeah.
purposely played a hook with a 4-iron or something?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Did you see that?
I saw the
No.
video.
Yeah. Was it on Zaire or?
Yeah, I think so. And people in the back were like, "What is what?" Like you could hear
Oh, he
the
was just goofing around?
but I think it was his actual shot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But they were like, someone was like, what is he? Oh, he's gonna do it! And they're like, cameraman, get back! Because there was someone like, obviously not in the way of a normal shot, and he just rips this giant hook.
All right,
yeah.
here we go. Jade, what do I call this one?
Jade Scorpion.
Jade Scorpion. Yes.
It's got a
It's about to
interesting
it's
smell.
about to sting you in your tingler.
Yep. That. Oh my god.
It tastes like a flower.
Oh, I was gonna say it tastes like Windex.
I haven't drank Windex, but I can imagine it tasting like this.
You are an Iowa fan
Was it?
now. You have to get used to Windex coladas, but inside joke. But
Wasn't Mike the one that said, like, interesting beers don't have to be bad?
I said that because I knew where this might go.
I did find a blueberry lager in my fridge, and I
Oh, I
decided,
have one
I
from
decided
last
not to
year.
bring it.
This is not good.
Oh, this is...
No, it
You can
tastes
taste-
like a flower.
No, but you can taste the Asian... Like, if you've had, like, Tsingtao or some
Or
of
like
those other...
Asahi or something.
It's like, it's got a little of that same, but
it's like soapy. I feel like
it's a little
I
soapy.
feel like I'm drinking a flower, and it tastes like soap afterwards. Yeah. There's no pepper.
So, Kyle, what does Mike's flour taste like? Is it a...
I think it's soap.
I think we're dumping these out.
But I don't.
You bought a 6-pack of that?
No, I bought 2 of these little miniature cans because I thought one wasn't enough.
I'm gonna give it a couple more sips. See.
Maybe it needs
No,
to age. Let's leave it open and let it breathe.
Breathe.
I know I'm definitely gonna finish this glass because to make room for the next guy. But yeah.
Yeah, that back door is real close. There's a low likelihood that this goes in my body.
I don't know what else in the I probably watched like I watched bits and pieces of it for maybe a total of like half an hour, and
Who even won that? Not Tiger.
Spieth and
They
Thomas
golfed.
won going away.
Yeah.
Like they were up. They played 12 holes. I think
Also-
they.
All right, the
They won.
12-hole thing. My assumption is that's what they think they can get through in 3 hours.
Yeah, keep it like a normal like primetime sport length,
But like,
but allow for more bullshit.
it's so stupid. Just do 9.
Well, and the other thing too was they clearly didn't play the course. Like it wasn't a par 3 course, but like I texted my brother. I was like, wait a minute, 8 and 9 are both par 3s.
Oh, so they just bounced around.
So they just bounced around because they probably had to set up lights to do this, and so they probably only had them on like one part of the course.
Correct.
And then they were commenting on the dew. Like Spieth was trying to like talk through his shot, and he's commenting on the dew. And I thought that was interesting because they're in Florida, and I'm sure like once the temperature dropped in the evening, the dew set in on the grass. Like that's not a normal playing condition for. I just thought that was weird. Like why were you worrying about the dew in the evening? But it's because they're playing so late.
Yeah, good point. On the routing, I did notice they showed an aerial right at the start when I was watching.
And it was like all.
Well, it was kind of random. Like there was a middle. It looked like it would have been the middle of the course was dark, and I was like, "Oh, is that the driving range?" But I'm pretty sure it was 2 holes. They just didn't play.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I just am thoroughly uninterested in that type of exhibition.
Correct.
Yes, but I like hearing the banter, and like seeing their personalities.
Except for Rory didn't do anything. Like Spieth and Thomas were great. Tiger seemed like he was joking around a lot. Rory just seemed to be
seem
like.
to have the personality for that, really.
Yeah,
You know,
he was
I mean,
also
at least-
He was also partnered with someone that could barely walk.
Correct.
Yeah.
A lot of the
and people-
comment was about Tiger looked so bad, but he's got plantar fasciitis
He does. Yeah.
now. So like they're like, oh, he's done. Well, it's a different thing now, which is making him not be able
I
to
want to
walk.
say I listened to the Golf Digest podcast beforehand, and they were talking about like Rory. Like Rory's been playing so good. I know every drink.
Oh God.
Rory's been playing so good. Like all Tiger has to do is hit like 3 good shots, and Rory should crush Spieth and Thomas. I was like, that did not look that way.
Yeah, different setting and everything.
Yeah.
I guess I will say the part of that it does interest me a little bit. It's like to your point, it's 3 hours on a Friday night. Like if you get in the sports abyss, like the times of year there isn't stuff going on, but that doesn't really fit well on the golf calendar either.
Yeah.
But That's where it's something like that gets a little bit more interesting. But I would think you could do something if you're playing 2-ball or something like that. Have like 8 guys out there. Have 4 teams. They're liven it up a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they need to have like chain smokers play or something. Maybe that's what was missing.
Fuck off.
But no, like if you had 8 groups of 2 and do a scramble, right? Like,
well, QBE should.
And then, so it still goes fast. Here, Kyle.
He's gonna go jump. I'm going to fall on my sword.
You gotta finish the cans then too.
I'm not gonna finish the can. This one still has quite a bit left in it. Is there anything else we can glean from this? This was.
Why is there a pair of pants on it?
I don't like green peppercorns. That's what I can glean.
Oh, I guess I don't like beer with green peppercorns. Yeah, I don't know. You're right, Jordan. I think if you're gonna stick to the Eastern brewed beers, it's stick to Sapporo and here in Ichiban.
Were you the plain one or the Suto?
Plain.
All right, that looks like a Hubbard's Cave can.
No. I gotta get back to the mic.
Yeah, we can't hear you. If you're saying stuff, the listeners aren't going to hear the commentary there.
All right, back here. It's actually one of our favorite breweries, Black Stack. But I mean, top 10 brewery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was sitting in the fridge upstairs.
Yes. I just need your guys' opinion on this. And I figured it was a good forum for it. The beer's name is Are We Clear, but there's no vowels in it? So it's like an eye chart kind of situation.
Okay.
Kind of like this thing over here.
Yeah, I'll explain that later. Keep an eye on the pour here.
Okay.
How many percentile is this one?
Sorry, I poured you a little bit more than Kelly.
Well, you know what? I think for
7.
Weird Beer Night, we're going to have to use mobile microphones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There, for how you poured that, there is almost no foam.
Exactly.
Is it? Did you get a bad batch?
I don't know. So I poured right down center. It doesn't foam out very much.
So maybe it's a little flat.
So we're dumping out 2 sets of beers? Cool. Good beers, guys. I thought my Christmas ale was going to be weak. Look at you.
It was weak.
Kyle took 1 drink and...
It tastes a lot better than than the green pants we had.
Oh, yeah. That's not good.
Okay, so it's not just me. We got a bad.
What was it? You texted me that you had gotten a bad 4-pack of something. Was it this one?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Kyle, take him back up. Dump him out. Thanks for giving us all
It's like, there's still one in there. I'm like, maybe it's just my palate was off that night. I don't know.
No, I think just kind of reading the
And I didn't really get what they were going for in the General Brew either, to be honest.
it might not. I mean, I don't know. They say they no caramel malt. I don't know. Is that normal for a hazy IPA to not have any caramel malt in it?
I don't know.
All right. Well, there's a few left out there. So
Here, pass me the can. I'm going to look it up on Untapped and see what the rating is.
okay.
But I don't even know.
What was it? We had another... Oh, the Mackenzie Hughes tweet today.
Mackenzie Hughes retired today, right?
He retired.
It's my understanding. You and listener Derek had an exchange that Mackenzie Hughes had retired.
He, listener Derek sent me a text message that said, "Deuces, Mackenzie Hughes." And of course, my first response was like,
Live.
He went to Live?
Yeah.
Like, good get. Live. Good work. And then he's like, "Oh, no, retired." And I'm like, "Injury or what's going on?" And he goes, "I don't know. Must be something mental or whatnot." And then I just happened to refresh Twitter like an hour or 2 later and see somebody retweet his tweet. Like, no, So, in case you haven't seen it, I'll just read it. "This has been a tough decision to make, but after taking time with my family and friends, I've decided to retire. The game has just beaten me up too much over the years. One day I may come back, but for now, it's time to say goodbye to fantasy football. Thank you for the support. That was very well played.
It was. I feel like he missed. I mean, obviously, like you read the first sentence, you're just like you were sunk. He should have done it as a 2-tweet thread and put the fantasy football part in the second tweet, and people would have just been dying.
Another great part to this, so I'm on his Twitter account right now. His previous tweet was on December 3rd. Ellie Mae Renee Hughes, born 12/2/22. Mom and baby are both doing great.
Hashtag girl dad. Back-to-back tweets. It's like, I had a kid, then 2 weeks later, I'm retiring. It's actually kind of funny. Like, people probably wouldn't have picked up on that, but he could have probably put that in there, too. As a father, a 2-week-old father. I'm done.
He did well, though. He got 13,600 likes. That's probably... He's going for that PIP money next year.
That is pretty funny how those guys come out of the woodwork. I don't remember seeing the PIP standing. I mean, but like there were some guys on the PIP standings that I thought, really worked for it and deserved it. Guys like Kevin Kisner,
So, what's 11 the cutoff, right? Because then I think Morikawa missed them.
Top 10 got money.
Top 10 got money? Kyle's gonna look up the PIP standings here. There's a couple of guys on the list that I was like, okay, good for them. I know they kind of work to have a brand or an edge, and they're gonna get a bit of a reward for it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Morikawa got 11th for the second consecutive year.
Oh wow! It's only like a $1 or $2 million for those bottom spots, I think.
So he
Only.
Actually this year.
Taxed,
Tiger, Rory, Spieth, JT, Rahm, Scheffler, Xander. Kind of surprised me on Xander. Matt Fitzpatrick, Will, Tony, Morikawa at 11th. And Lowry, Kisner, Homa, Horschel, Fowler, Scott, Day, Cantlay, Hovland. So players who would have qualified under the criteria next year but didn't get money this year. It's Hideki, Cameron Young, and Sam Burns.
If I'm these guys, like Ricky Fowler, I'm paying a PR agency to run my Twitter, pay them, what do it cost? $200,000 a year to run my Twitter and post a ton and be funny and quippy and respond to move up 6 spots and make $1 million. Like,
you would think so.
He's in his prime money-making years, even though his golf has gone downhill, and he's one of the bigger names. Like, how's Fowler not able to capitalize on his own? I
agree. Yeah, how is he not ahead of Kisner? And
you would think, you said for $1 million, you would think you could hire like a 22-year-old social media manager for like $75,000 a year to get you that $2 or $3 million extra.
How is Xander up there?
I don't know. I've never seen him post anything besides like a couple's trip to Napa with the Cantlays.
Yeah, and Cantlay's so much lower. I feel like they're...
I don't know. I don't know. He's a super boring interview too. So
no cut king. So reviews of the beer. There's actually quite a few 4s. It was like a 3.5 overall, so not great.
Not black stacked normal.
No.
Yeah.
But then there's a lot of like 2s and 1.5s.
But
so it makes me not a lot of commenting in Untapped.
Okay.
But like just makes me think there may have been a bad like
very
rarely are there a lot of 4s and a lot of 2s.
Yeah.
2.5.
Like a bad distro, like something like got weird at some point, and that's interesting. I would not classify this. I mean, certainly this is a weird glass I'm drinking, but I'm guessing this beer doesn't normally qualify as weird beer.
No, but that's particularly why we were going for the glass.
Yeah, I agree with that.
What was the name of it?
Are We Clear? Just it's R like ARE, We Clear, all with the letters, even though the label doesn't show it.
Next topic on Weird Beer Night, because we're gonna run out of them. Jordan, Swagmas. Do you have anything to say about it? We're right in the middle of it. It's nuts. We haven't talked a lot about swag the second half of this year on this podcast, but we're still out there hunting ridiculously stupid head covers.
Yes.
And ridiculously stupid NFTs.
and selling them to ridiculously stupid people.
At times I feel like I qualify under that. But, so they do 12 days of drops. How would you grade it now that we're, 6 days into it?
Well, and this year they're going to do 13 because they did a day 0 drop. That was a surprise.
Okay.
Like a C minus.
C minus.
What are we talking about? There's been
there's been
maybe 5 good items out of the 20 that they've released already. The putters they released were meh. Most of the covers have been meh.
One really good driver cover. The bags commanded a little bit of a market, but
yeah, just not like. I mean, it's hard, right? It's hard to design things that people want, but like
they have to sling enough crap in order to make you wade through it, so that when there's those great items. I mean, I don't know. I think it's a lot of fun. I love seeing the way that people just kind of glob onto this. I thought it was super funny. I posted in Discord today something along the lines of, because there were some comments, and I posted like, is it just me, or do I feel like we're talking more and more about the marital impacts of the swag brand?
There was lots of that going on in there.
And then there was like 6 people that had to tell their story of how they rationalized this hobby with their partner.
Yeah. She tells me not to ask about the Amazon boxes that show up, so I say, okay, I'll buy more covers. That was literally one guy's response. Like, cool.
Healthy relationship.
Yeah.
So you mentioned putters. Would you guys ever... Is there a scenario you would purchase a putter? And is there any scenario you would play a swag putter?
If they released them, they've started to make mallets in the last 6 months, year. If they had one that was all had a cool design and had a cool cover with it, I would consider it. The issue is it's $1,000.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or if you get one of the tour ones, it's $2,200 plus tax.
So here's my take. Obviously, the founder of Swag, his start was he was a rep for a Scotty Cameron collector company, right?
Yeah, he was a collector.
He was a collector, and then he got in. Then he started as a rep. In college, he was a rep for a nationally known Scotty Cameron reseller.
Yep.
And
then worked for Scotty.
And then worked, yeah. And so obviously, Scotty Cameron has a really long history of secondary markets and collectors and all that, and a lot of 101s and customization and all that. So his experience doing that really dovetailed nicely into this brand. I feel like he has to pay tribute to that, and those putters are his pet project, and for the few loyal putter collectors in the following, that's what they want to get, because they don't command any secondary market.
Yeah.
So
the last 10 regular putter releases are all selling for less than $1,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's with the head cover. It used to be you could buy it. I think they were $700 or $800 for the putter and the cover. And the covers were so cool that you could sell the cover for $400 or $500.
Sure, and you're just buying
right, and then you're buying a $200 putter that you can display. Now you're buying a $1,000 putter, a $900 putter with a $100 cover, and that you gotta really want to display a $900 putter, and you don't get to try them. You've never hit this, right? Is it any good?
You're not buying them to play with, and they're cool.
A lot of people play with them though, which is crazy. That guy when we had our golf outing. Remember, I walked in, sitting in the bar after, and they were like, "God, you made so many putts." And I don't know, maybe I didn't even tell you. I just told you that they were talking about it. They were you made so many putts. It's that swag. I started rolling that swag putter, and people that try them do love them, but I would need to try 10 different ones to find one that I like, to then pay $700 less than they want to charge me for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think like that's my take is that they do that to stay true to their roots, but that is they're not trying to be like a club company.
Yeah.
So
because even their stock putters are like $555. Right, like you can go buy what is every Scotty stock is what like
$400 or $500.
Yeah, like less.
It's probably less.
One of the like, but is less than Swag.
Oh yeah,
as a well-known brand that you can go try them out everywhere and pick and get
Do
fitted.
they have like a rainbow shaft and like the one that's coming out tomorrow for Swag?
Macho Man,
Macho Man, Randy Savage design? No, like you can't buy a Scotty Cameron like that. But yeah, I don't know. And
that's probably a good thing that you can't buy a Macho fucking Man.
They're only making 25.
You can buy one with the Cubs scoreboard on the bottom from winning the World Series. Let's go.
If you showed up at your weekend game when you pull out, I'm seeing Kyle's computer screen like a Michael Myers putter. Like you mean business.
Yeah.
Like think about showing that to your opponent in your club 4-ball match. And
yeah.
Like, I just slaughtered you with a literal serial killer putter.
And it's sold out for $999.99.
Oh yeah, because they only make. I mean, they probably
there's 100 to 125 of those.
Oh, there are that many.
Yeah,
okay.
That's the other thing. The reason they have no value on the secondary market now is right. So he made $100,000 on 100 putters.
So
is that right? My math right? Yeah, $1,000, 100 putters.
You're telling me that we should go and get the Randy. There's only 25 Randy Savage putters.
Buy all of them. Let's buy all of them. I will say that the cover's pretty. If you liked Macho Man, like the cover's pretty. It's the best wrestling cover they've done to date.
It's not much of a statement.
Very low bar.
My beer is empty. Is anyone?
Yeah, and at this point, no one's listening to this right anymore. So. Yeah. All right, go. Who's next?
Well, Jordan, you brought Christmas ale, so I have one more. One more.
Go for it.
It is dark though. Is that okay? All right.
By the way, on Beer Advocate, the one review for this beer, mouthfeel thin and undercarbonated, little to no head. So I think this just...
Is this how it's supposed to be?
Yeah, I think it's... Yeah. That's what I was curious about.
Oh, look at this guy.
I brought one in a box.
Oh.
Here we go. I don't think this is weird. This is 2021 Surly Darkness Variant. 16-ounce can, so we'll share this. The back... It's a little December rain here in Minnesota, so the box is a little soggy. We got. Oh, the can is nice though. It's like a matte, a matte can. So this is called Gimme S'more, the s'more variant of Darkness, Barrel Aged Darkness, 2021. Kyle, I don't see dairy in this.
Thank you.
It's funny, they put a black topper on it, but the can is regular. Right, like usually it's like a whole.
Yeah.
You just do all black.
It has a very good rating on Beer Advocate.
I'm guessing, Jordan, nobody heard your commentary about the black topper on the can.
I'm right here. I was leaning into the mic. I was trying to lean in. Maybe I'll talk a little louder. What's the 12%? Wow. Thanks, Mike.
These gotta be. I gotta drink these at some point. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, you teased it on Twitter today. But we're going to do a cellar night between Christmas and New Year's where we all can not have to drive home. That might be a cellar afternoon.
You guys can share a bed at my house.
Ideally, we do it. Maybe we start at like 10 a.m. So I can do it during peak childcare hours.
Just let the children all take care of themselves.
Take an Uber home and just be
just show up with
blitz.
3 car seats.
All right.
It smells strong. Smells good.
Oh boy! Wow, it's
this is a little departure from where we've been.
Do we have any palate cleansers, Kyle? Do you have any pretzels or anything?
Can I go get some saltines?
This is this does remind me of last year's Weird Beer Night where it was just all over the place and we had KBS. We
Yeah.
had Nerd Sour. We had a Grain Belt Blue.
I have a good one to finish the night that Jordan will appreciate after this.
Good.
Are we gonna make it on air the whole time?
Wow.
Well, how many do you want to? Do we have? What timing do we have? Oh wait, we haven't released any in a
I think
while,
we've
so
hit
we can
about
get rid of
40
all of
minutes.
them.
I think.
Oh, you talked about saltines. My brother had never heard of the saltine challenge.
How's that? I feel like that originated in South Dakota.
When we were back there in October. And we were talking about it. It's like, what? Come on, yeah, right. I can eat 5. I was like, done, go.
It's 16, right?
No, it's 5 in 60 seconds, 30 seconds.
Like,
5 in 30 or
I
60.
didn't know the parameters around it, but yeah.
It might be. I think it's 5 in a minute, and like he got through just over 2. It just dries your mouth out, right? Like,
2 saltines?
have you ever tried to eat 5
doing
saltines?
it.
Yeah, what? Have you never tried this?
2 saltines in a minute?
No, he ate 2 and was like on his 3rd. He was like chewing it, and you can't.
It sounds like
Wait, so you
the rate that I can eat carbs is pretty high.
Do you have any saltines?
Yeah.
I want this. I want to.
You do?
I want to stick saltines in this asshole's mouth. You can't drink nothing. It's.
Be right back. No, I get that, but
I like how you're like. I thought it originated. You've never heard of it? Or what?
oh, I have, but I thought it was 16 saltines in like 5 minutes or something like that. Like I thought it was like I can eat 3 saltines.
6 in 60 seconds.
That sounds hard. I'm not really.
Okay.
I'm not really a competitive eater, but
okay.
I can beat your brothers too.
That's not the point of the challenge. And he may have had 3.5 instead of 2.5. I don't know. And then
Did you try swallowing them whole?
and then my 9-year-old nephew tried it. He actually made it further. I think young people maybe produce more saliva.
All right. Well, okay. Actually,
This
Jordan,
is gonna be. We need to get this on.
the
Let's turn on the video for this one.
video's not set up right now. Jordan, you brought up. You said you played 18 holes today.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's-
Kyle, here with the sleeve of salty.
At some course in Switzerland.
Okay. I haven't. So this is your first time with at the simulator.
Just mute it as you're opening all the things.
This is your first. This is your first.
Yeah.
I have not been to simulator all year. So
I know. I
what's,
was like, I had a light week. Booked it for 9 a.m. We now have 3 of them, so there was always one open.
Nice.
What's the number I need to provide here?
6. 6 in 60 seconds.
All right. I'm pretty confident I can do 3, but
Oh yeah, he changed his tune a lot.
Yeah,
oh,
I-
I can be your brother, right?
yeah, you
I
say
can
did
be your
2
brother.
in like. Okay, here we go. So someone start the clock.
All right, hold
Here,
on,
this would
I
be
got
great
it.
radio.
Just no, that's not what I want. No, that's not.
I'll record it too. As I'm meeting the saltine.
All right,
All right.
ready,
Ready? All right.
set, go.
1, 2.
No, one in his mouth, not consumed. See, then you had the second one, and your first one's not all the way down yet. You're just drying that shit out even more.
We have 2 in the mouth at 20 seconds.
Yep. And he's still chewing. He's not even close to swallowing.
Wow. You can have that.
30 seconds.
Oh, going for 2 at once. And he's losing it. It's going to be close.
20 seconds. 15.
We've had
10.
2 swallowed, 2 in mouth, 2 still on plate.
5.
We got 4 down. Just ate the last 2.
4 down.
He got 6 in the mouth, but just could not swallow.
How many did he get in mouth, Kyle? 6?
6.
Wasn't 7?
All
He
6
can only
inches.
take 6?
Anyway, now Jordan wants some saltines.
All right, I'm back.
Simulator. So when are we gonna go? Any good new courses at your Sims? Like, have they opened it up? Go play something fun?
Interlocking's on there.
Interlocking is on Oak Ridge.
It's on the TrackMan at Oak Ridge.
And I thought that would have been... But Oak Ridge isn't on the TrackMan at Oak Ridge.
No.
And I always think it's funny, like, if I go with my dad over to Interlocking, he will... I always think it's funny, like, on the other bays, seeing somebody play Interlocking.
What? Really?
While they're there. What are you doing?
That's
Warming
absurd.
up for next year's club championship.
Like,
Why would you ever do that?
it just is
I didn't even want to play because I was like, I played it once, what, 10,
God,
10
like
12
when I
years
first
ago?
met, yeah.
But I'll probably play it again.
Oh, no, they're closing.
Well, for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And change, yeah.
But, like, that's why I picked a course in Switzerland
Yeah.
that I will have 0% chance of ever playing. It was
know.
quite difficult.
Last year I was really committed to, like, the weekly simulator session as I was really trying to grind through some swing changes, and now I'm just, like, totally apathetic and feel like giving up for a few years, and so I don't know. Maybe I'll hit the simulator after Christmas.
I just want to do it for something to do.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't hit the ceiling or the walls.
You are a liability when we take you to the simulator.
More so the old one at Jordan's Club. Yours had plenty of room. There was no threat. Jordan's, there's that window there. It's kind of sketchy.
When it thought you were swinging left-handed.
Yes. Exactly. To be fair, that happened to somebody else one time too.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't know. You guys got anything else for the show besides how you're stuffing your face with saltines?
Saltines are so good.
I think if you guys say anything else about saltines, then we will immediately wrap the show.
Oh, I got nothing else to talk about. So.
All right. Well, I guess we'll have to save for Twitter the final weird beer of the evening. We're gonna sit and enjoy it here as we get outside of the recording time. But what do we got? 2 weeks Cellar Night. We teased that out.
2 weeks Cellar Night. Oh, we should have done this earlier too.
Kyle does have one more topic.
Yeah, one and done. We're gonna run RTG one and done this coming season. Starts with the Tournament of Champions, so we only got 3-4 weeks till that goes out.
Yeah.
Stand by on our Twitter account for some details, where to sign up, and all the good information there.
Yeah, and winner gets a crappy swag cover we don't want.
Yeah.
Maybe the one Mike bought this week.
I am amassing them very quickly in my collection. Yeah, we're gonna have to make some moves. So tune into our content on Twitter, on our YouTube channel, Reading the Green, on any major podcast platform. We'll be back in 2 weeks for Cellar Night. 2 weeks off, Tournament of Champions. Super excited for 23 and all the good things to come. See ya.